Okay, students. So today we will discuss six pathotypes of diarrheogenic E. coli. First, enteropathogenic E. coli. So enteropathogenic E. coli, it is the cause most commonly infantile diarrhea and sporadic diarrhea in adults, and it's spread person to person, non-toxigenic and non-invasive. Mechanism of the enteropathogenic E. coli is bundle forming coli. It attached to intestinal mucosa and which form cup like projection which calls pedestals. Pedestal, this point is remember you guys, or forming a lesion, attaching and effacing lesion is formed, occur on interstitial epithelium, cause watery diarrhea and increase secretion. Okay. Second, enterotoxigenic. So toxigenic is causing toxigenic but not invasive. It most commonly occurs in travelers diarrhea, occurs in infants and adults. Pathogenesis attached to the intestinal mucosa is mediated by fibrile protein called as a CFA, colonization factor antigen, for which attached to the interstitial mucosa. Toxin 2 toxin is produced. Heat labile toxin and heat stable toxin is produced. Enteroinvasive E. coli. Enteroinvasive E. coli is biochemically, genetically, pathogenically closely related to Shigella. So enteroinvasive E. coli is biochemically, genetically, pathogenically related with the Shigella. So enteroinvasive is also causing blood with mucus, dysentery. Non-toxigenic but invasive. Pathogenesis. Epithelial cell invasion is mediated by plasmid and coded antigen called as the virulence marker antigen. So remember guys, enteropathogenic coded by bundle forming E. coli, enterotoxigenic attached with intestinal mucosa by colony stimulating factor, and the invasive E. coli, it attaches with the virulence marker antigen. So three. First, enteropathogenic, which attached with the bundle forming pili and form pedestal, cup like projection. And second, enterotoxigenic is attached with the attached by intestinal mucosa by CFA, colonization factor antigen. And third, enteroinvasive, it attached with the intestinal mucosa or epithelial cell invasion by virulence marker antigen and causes dysentery. So most IMP is enterohemorrhagic E. coli. Two serotypes of enterohemorrhagic E. coli, EHEC 0157 H7 and EHEC 0104 H4, transmitted by most commonly food. One toxin is secreted, verocytotoxin or cigatoxin. It is two serotypes, cigatoxin 1 and cigatoxin 2. It acts by inhibiting protein synthesis by inhibiting 16S ribosome. So enterohemorrhagic E. coli inhibit protein synthesis by 60S ribosome. Manifestation: hemorrhagic colitis and hemorrhagic uremic syndrome. So manifestation, two manifestation: hemorrhagic colitis, hemorrhagic uremic syndrome. And lab diagnosis by McConkey agar, rainbow agar, DNA detected by PCR and sorbitol agar. So most commonly you guys write in the exam in the 4 point of the enterohemorrhagic E. coli. First is the serotype EHEC O157 H7, EHEC O104 H4. Okay, so last remember 157 to last 7 to H is 7 and 104 last 4 to H is 4, transmitted by food. pathogenesis, two toxin is produced, the cigatoxin or verocytotoxin. Cigatoxin is two type, cigatoxin 1, cigatoxin 2. It is inhibit the protein synthesis by inhibiting 16S ribosome. Manifestation: uremic colitis and hemorrhagic colitis and hemorrhagic uremic syndrome. And lab diagnosis by McConkey agar, rainbow agar, sorbitol agar. DNA detected by PCR. Okay. Enteroaggregative E. coli. Enteroaggregative E. coli, it adheres to HEP2 cells in distinct protein pattern, layering of the bacteria aggregated in the stacked brick fashion. Pathogenesis: colonization occurs by aggregating adhesion fibri 1. It produces Yeast-1 toxin, also called travelers and persistent diarrhea. So, enteroaggregative E. coli, it firstly adhere to HE2 cells in distinct pattern or aggregated in the stack big fashion aggregated. Pathogenesis: the pathogenesis is colonization occurs by aggregating adhesion fibri 1 and it produces Yeast-1 toxin, also causes travelers and persistent diarrhea. Diffusely adherent E. coli. So diffusely adherent E. coli is ability to adhere HEP2 cells by diffuse pattern and is primarily causes the children in 2 to 6 years. Okay, so remember, so let's revise the 6 pathotypes of diarrheagenic E. coli. First, enteropathogenic E. coli. Second, enterotoxigenic E. coli. Third, enteroinvasive E. coli. Fourth, enterohemorrhagenic E. coli. 5, enteroaggregative E. coli. Last, diffusely adherent E. coli. So first remember guys, enteropathogenic E. coli is mostly occur in the infants and sporadic diarrhea in the adults. Person to person spread occur and non-toxigenic and non-invasive. Mechanism adhere to interstitial mucosa by bundle forming pili, which is forming cup like projection. It is called as the pedestals. AI lesion is occur. Attach and effacing lesion. Attachment and effacing lesion is produced. Occurs on the intestine epithelium and causing watery diarrhea and increased secretion. Okay, second, enterotoxigenic E. coli. Enterotoxigenic E. coli causes travelers diarrhea, occurs in children and adults, toxigenic and non-invasive. Attachment to interstitial mucosa mediated by fibri protein CFA. So first bundle forming pili, second is CFA, colonization factor antigens, toxin production, heat Lebesgue toxin, heat stable toxin. Enteroinvasive, biochemically, genetically or pathogenically closely related with Shigella. So it causes dysentery and non-toxigenic but invasive, or it attaches to the epithelial mucosa by virulence factor antigen. Enteropathogenic attached by bundle forming pili. CFA attached by enterotoxigenic and enteroinvasive attached by virulence factor antigen. Okay, enterohemorrhagenic E. coli. Two serotypes, EHEC 157O4 EHEC O104H4. Okay, transmitted by food or secreted to toxin, verocytotoxin or verocytotoxin, which is two serotypes, 1 and 2. It inhibits the protein synthesis by 16S ribosome. Manifestation: two manifestation, hemorrhagic colitis, hemorrhagic uremic syndrome. लैब डायग्नोसिस तो मैकोंकी अगार, सॉर्बिटॉल अगार, रेनबो अगार. एंटेरो एग्रीगेटिव तो इट अटैच टू HEP2 cells and formed stalked brisk pattern form हो गए. It produce East 1 toxin and also cause travelers and persistent diarrhea. Diarrhea diffusely adherent E. coli, ability to adhere HEP2 cells diffuse pattern, primarily children 2 to 6 years. Okay.